Hey guys, hey, there she is. I didn't get her stuff pinned yet. Hold on, let me see. Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight? All right, let's see. Get Dr.
Hey,
Finnie. Hey, we're back.
all right. How you doing?
That was a quick 45 minutes, man.
That's a good thing.
Look, I had went over to my girlfriend's live over on her Facebook, and she had Coach K.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, man. So I
yeah.
went over there and caught that for a few minutes. And I said, I was looking at the clock. I said, oh, y'all, I got to go. So I wanted to tell you guys, we are going to talk to Dr. Finnie tonight, and she has got some amazing information for us about natural products. So what I'm going to do is, this is Dr. Finnie, and while I pin your stuff at the bottom, we're going to talk about how you got started. You know, what even got you started with the natural, products? What made you want to do this?
Okay, great question. Well, I'll give my testimony in that years ago, shortly after I turned 40, I started having some feminine care issues. And, I thought, well, it's 40, I guess it's time to start having problems. And so I went to the doctor because, I never have feminine care issues. I'm just being honest. I don't have, issues. And so I went to the doctor, and to make a long story short, she told me that I was having an allergic reaction to my feminine care and that I needed to stop using pads and wear tampons. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's not going to happen because I don't do tampons. So we're going to
Right.
have to figure out something else. So I got on a search. And truthfully, in my search, I wasn't necessarily thinking about myself because I had said in my mind, I'm going to just deal with this, but I want to find something for my daughter because she had not yet started her feminine flow. And I
Right.
wanted her to have something safe. I was like, maybe it's too late for me. I don't know. But either way, if I can find something that will benefit her, that's great. A friend of mine, a male, actually told me about the
Mhm.
Justice for My Jewel campaign. And I didn't know what that was, but he explained that. And he told me that there was a product behind it that's called Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkins. And I said, okay, well, can you, give me that? I mean, I'll purchase it. I'm thinking it's going to be like, a lot of money. And it was not at all. And so I tried it. And over a 3-month period, I fell in love with it. And I'll go ahead and be a little frank. My feminine flow cycle used to go 7 days heavy. I mean, all 7 days. Yes, literally to the point where, if I stepped out of the shower, it was there. It was
Right.
that bad. And so when I started using this product, my flow has changed to where it's still heavy, but it's not heavy all 7 days. It's only the first two days, and it's bearable. And
Wow.
so I start out on our super packs for the first 2 days. And then the next 2 days, I go to the heavies. And then the next 2 days, I'm usually on the moderates. And then by the end of my cycle, I'm on panty liners. I still have cramps, but I don't cramp as much as I used to. It's bearable. It's doable. I mean, it's just a phenomenal product. And I'm not saying that everyone is going to receive those benefits because we don't say this is a cure. But if I had 25 different women that tried Jewel, I'd have 25 different testimonies. So I'm excited to put the information out there.
Yes. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. So without further ado, what is it that you sell?
Okay, let me back up first because I don't want to push a product on people. I always say
Right.
that. I want to start with the campaign, and that is called Justice for My Jewel.
Okay.
And Justice for My Jewel is a women's awareness campaign that educates men, women, and young girls on the harmful ingredients in many of our over-the-counter sanitary products. And truthfully, we educate men as well because if men have any important women in their lives, then they want to know about this information also. So we, start there because even if you don't try Jewel, I want you to research what you have because we never think to look at our feminine care and really examine what's in it, the components. I didn't think about it until I went on my search for better feminine care. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do a demonstration and really show you what's in our product. I'm going to show you an over-the-counter product as well. I won't say the name, but some people will know by the packaging. And I'm going to break it apart, and I'm going to show you what's in it, because my goal is for women to make better choices, and for the important men in their lives to recognize that this is something that they should try, or that they should at least try something better than what they have.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to it then.
Okay. Well, let's get to it. I'm going to stand up because I don't do my
I missed
demonstration
the
well
first
sitting down.
one, so I'm excited because I've heard a lot of good reviews about it.
Yes. And so I'm kind of putting this down so you'll see more so my screen. Matter of fact, let me just bring it up a little bit. Okay, so I have two products here. I've got an over-the-counter sanitary napkin, and I'm going to start with this one. And when you look at this, you will see that it's opened. Let me try to get my camera angle up. There we go. It's more so open, so you can see, you know, the pad that's in it. And a lot of times we will take these sanitary napkins, we'll put them in our purse, and all of the little particles will get in it from your purse. But there's also another component to this. It has to be open because of the toxins that are in this product. It cannot be allowed to be closed. It has to breathe.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And I'm going to take one of our products, which is Jewel, out of the package. Just finished that pack. And this is how it looks. So this is just, you know, a moderate sanitary napkin. But you'll notice that it is sealed all the way. You literally have to break this open to get in there. So you can throw it in your purse. You don't have to worry about, you know, anything getting into it. Additionally, it can be sealed because it is non-toxic. So it can be sealed all the way.
Too cool.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So the first thing that I want to start off doing is I want to do a wet dry test. And so I'm going to take our Jewel premium sanitary napkin, and literally I'm going to put 50
Now,
milliliters of water.
wait a minute, Dr. Finney, are you going to leave that on that table?
I'm going to bring it up to you. I'm going to bring
okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just going to get them down there. And then I want to show you this real quick. This is an over-the-counter sanitary napkin. It says 9 hours leak guard protection. So I want to show everyone too that there is such a thing as false advertisement, because we won't even talk for nine minutes, and we'll see how this works. So I will, so I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to sit them side by side, and I will angle my camera. So give me just a minute while I take that down. Okay, now you should be able to see it.
You're on the left, right?
This is the Jewel. This is the over-the-counter. Matter of fact, let me put this right there.
Jewel looks smaller. That's good.
Well, and I will talk about the sizes later, because there are different sizes as well. So per this, the medical community, the average standard feminine flow is 50 milliliters. We know that, you know, a lot of people flow heavier, etc. But we're going to go with 50 milliliters for the sake of this demonstration. So I've put them in cups so I can just easily pour them into this to show 50 milliliters. And I'm going to start by putting 50 milliliters on the over-the-counter sanitary napkin. And then I'm going to take the water out of another cup, and I will take 50 milliliters and put it on the Jewel premium sanitary napkin. Okay. And I have a question for you. Did you know that over 600,000 women annually have hysterectomies in the United States?
Yes, actually I did. I had a complete hysterectomy when I was 30.
Wow. Okay.
All the women in my family had complete hysterectomies by the age of 24. I was the late bloomer at 30, only because we were a military family. But endometriosis is really bad in my family. My daughter is going through endometriosis problems right now. She's 25. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about the benefits of this, and you may look at this for her also. Of those 600,000, 70% of those are women of color. And we believe that that is a direct result of their feminine care. Years ago, you know, it used to be an anomaly to have a hysterectomy. You know, you probably did everything you could to not have one. And then finally the doctor said, hey, you know what? You really need to do this. You've done everything you can. It's just not going to work. Let's put this down as a consideration. Now you go to the doctor and they're like, oh, just go ahead and have a hysterectomy. It's no big deal. That's not right. because, as you probably know, it's a big adjustment when you have a hysterectomy. You know, it's big because you have to realize that just like your other organs, like, you know, your brain and your heart, this is also an organ. And when you take that out, then you remove a piece of your you know, of your identity. And so your whole body has to change and literally adjust to this. So, okay. Now let me do this test, and let me go back down. Okay. Try to angle this better. There we go. So remember, this is over the counter. This is Jewel. I'm going to put a napkin over this, and I'm going to put a napkin over this one. And I'm literally going to just press down. And so this is obviously wet. And I'll just put this right here. And I'm going to wipe my hands off because I don't want to touch the Jewel sanitary napkin with it wet. Okay. And here we go. I'm literally going to press hard. I'm going to put my fist in it. And so my question is, do you want to be wet? Or do you want to be dry?
Wet.
Or do you want to be dry?
Wow.
Okay.
Look at the difference.
And you know, the reason why a lot of women wear tampons is because of this.
Yes.
Because they are sitting in it.
Because of that.
Yes. And I get that. I don't want to sit in that. You shouldn't have to sit in it. And one of the components of yeast is darkness, wetness, and moisture. And that's what you have during that time of the month. So you need a product that's going to combat the wetness, the darkness, and the moisture. Think about this too. You know, a lot of women say, you know, it's really hot down there. It's supposed to be hot because your body temperature goes up to 98.6 degrees during that time of the month. So your body, with that going up, then you've got heat, you've got moisture, and you've obviously got darkness. So that's why yeast comes. I thank God I can count on one finger how many times I had a hysterectomy, but I understand why when I see this. I get it. Yeah. And then this says 9 hours leak guard protection. I mean, we haven't even been talking we talked for 12 minutes, but I didn't even wet the sanitary napkin until, you know, into the conversation. So now I'm going to take them apart, and I'm going to start with the over-the-counter sanitary napkin. Okay, so I'm going to take it apart and let you see what is in it. And this top layer, if you were here, you know, you could feel it better, but I'll just talk through it. This feels kind of like plastic. It's wet. It's a little plasticky, but, you know, it's the top layer. And think about the fact that this is what you wear in that, my bad, this is what you sit on. So that should be very comfortable. It should be very soft. So, okay. And then this right here, do you see any color? I don't know if you can maybe raise it up. You know,
it's hard for me to see. I don't know about everybody else.
Okay, let me raise it up because I want you to see this.
Strip.
A blue, yes, ma'am, right there, a blue strip.
There you go. Now I can see.
Okay, so why would there be blue there? Because all that is dye. That is blue dye. Why would there be blue dye in the most feminine part of our body? Okay, absolutely. So that's blue. That makes no sense whatsoever. So I'm going to take that off, and then I'm going to show you the actual absorbency strip. And this is what is supposed to absorb. This is recycled newspaper that's gone through a 12-step bleaching process.
Wait, what? You said newspaper?
This is recycled newspaper that's gone through a 12-step bleaching process.
Wow. That sucks. It's blue, and it's recycled newspaper, and it's bleach.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And if you've heard of dioxin, you can Google that. You'll find out that that is in a lot of our sanitary products. It's basically where something has been bleached to the point of no return. And so that is a chemical that's reacting with our body, the dioxins.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm going to take that, and I'm still going to give it credit. I'm going to put that in 50 milliliters of water. So I put it right here. And this bottom layer actually is a trash bag. So it's plastic.
Wait, what? A trash what?
It's plastic. It's plastic.
I thought you said a trash bag.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. A trash bag. It's plastic. It's plastic. I can't even pull it apart. It's a trash bag. So remember I told you that our body temperature goes up to 98.6 degrees during that time of the month.
Uh-huh.
So we've got, we're sitting on a bottom layer that's actually on the panty of a trash bag, so plastic. And in that plastic is recycled newspaper that's gone through a 12-step bleaching process. Then we have the blue dye, okay? And then we have, I had thrown it in the trash, but we have this plasticky wet top cover that we're sitting on. That's a recipe for disaster.
That is ridiculous. Look, Corky said, is that why it smells?
Yes, that is why it smells. Absolutely. Because again, think about this. You've got heat, you've got moisture, you've got darkness. When you have all that, you develop yeast a lot of times. You develop odors and smells. Nobody needs that. And then again, that's why women wear tampons, because they don't want to sit in it. They don't want to deal with all of this. But let me say this about the tampons. The same thing that I showed you in the pads, that's in the tampons. The difference is it's going in you.
It's going inside. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
Yeah. So let me keep it moving while I clear off my space a little bit. And I'm going to try to adjust my camera so you can see things better, because I noticed when I adjusted it, you were able to see the blue dye.
Yeah,
and I really wanted you to see that.
When you picked the pad up, we could see when you picked it up just a little bit, we could see the blue dye.
Okay, so I'm going to show you this one now. This is the Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin, okay? Let me angle this a little bit more. There we go. And I'll put it here. So now I'm going to go through the Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin, and we'll talk about that strip right there at the end. It's a graphene strip. But I'm going to take this apart and show you what's in it. The top layer is literally cotton.
Oh.
And do you see the little holes in it?
Yeah, way better than plastic.
That means it's breathable. Any sanitary napkin that you use should be breathable, from the part that you sit on to the part that goes on the panty. It should be breathable because, again, our body temperature goes up to 98.6 degrees. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll talk about this strip later. Next. This right here, it's got a cooling effect to it. It's called polymer, which is what's in baby diapers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that is. And then between this and the top layer, let me put it like this better. The top layer and even this bottom layer, we have a total of 8 layers of cotton. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to ball it up and put that inside of that cup. So it's got its own cup in the other. And then I want to talk about this bottom layer. I think you can see the lines. Do you see the lines from here?
Lift it up just a little bit. Oh, we could see it when you pulled it up just a little bit.
You see those lines?
Yep.
If I put this, okay, here we go now. If I put this over a tea kettle, you would literally have steam come through the top because it's breathable.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And this is not plastic. Nothing is plastic. It can go back into our compost. It can be grinded up and go back into the environment. So it's good for you. It's good for me. And this is the Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin. This is the over-the-counter. So you still see water.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. And so, we're at a point where we really need to think about our feminine care. I tell ladies that because of what I went through, I am on a mission to help women because I understand now even better what they're going through. I understand that because of, me having, I had a little watch, a little Timex watch that would ding or vibrate every hour on the hour to let me know that it was time to change my sanitary napkin when I was at work, because I had to change that much. I'm trying to adjust my camera because I was trying to change. I had to change all that much, which is probably why I didn't have yeast infections and things like that. And that's great.
Yeah,
but still, who wants to go through all of that? Because I was still having accidents, and I was having accidents at nighttime, and you just don't get it. You don't know what's going on. It's just crazy because who would have thought that at the age of 40, it's like you having accidents. And I wasn't embarrassed, but I was embarrassed. It's like, okay, I'm having an accident. I'm not happy about it. But when it comes down to it, I just got to keep it pushing because I got to go to work.
Exactly.
So you just do what you got to do. But have you heard of graphene?
No, what is it?
Okay. Remember I talked to you about the strip that was
Oh,
inside
that's
of
the strip
that strip?
thingy.
That's the strip that's inside of all of our products. Okay. It's a graphene strip.
Okay.
Okay. And graphene is basically vibrational energy. And what that means is that it's always conducting, it's always alive, it's always moving. And it was founded in 2004 by two individuals who won the Nobel Prize in 2010. There are a couple of books that you can read up on graphene,
Mhm.
so it is real. And graphene is basically it's a part of carbon. If you take graphite from a pencil, if you take
Mhm.
graphite and you break it down to 10 layers or less, it becomes graphene. And with graphene, it's bendable, it's movable, it's pliable. It can be used in a lot of things. There are some companies that are using graphene in um, paint to illuminate a room. There are some
Mhm.
companies overseas that are using graphene in band-aids because it has a healing component. And so you're going to find out a whole lot about graphene here in the coming months, maybe even next year. We are the only company in the United States to put graphene in a sanitary napkin. And the reason being is because we understand that the components of it benefit a woman in a way that's a healthy thing.
Right.
And when you think of vibrational energy, think of it in terms of a windmill that produces energy. Think of it in terms of also a water dam like the Hoover Dam.
Mhm.
Don't always think of energy in terms of electricity, although that is also a component. But if
Right.
graphene is always conducting and it's always alive and it's always moving, then I should be able to get a current from this. So I'm going to go ahead and wet this with a little bit of water. Okay, this is just a little bit of water. Okay, and I'm going to take this 7-watt light bulb. So it's not going to light up a kitchen. Okay. Not going to
Right.
light up a kitchen. You can't, expect this to do a whole lot. But again, always conducting, always moving, always alive. So
Dang it,
again,
I missed. Oh, looky, looky.
yes. And I
Shoot.
get it. It lights up. People are like, oh, that's great. So what's the benefit
Yeah,
of it lighting
that
up?
was cool.
It's cool because it does demonstrate that graphene is always alive, always conducting, always moving.
Right.
But the reason you want it in your feminine care is because it is it will help with any type of inflammation, any type of cramping, any type of vaginal leakage. It will also help with women that maybe have heavy feminine flows. Remember, mine was heavy all 7 days. It cut down
Right.
to 2 days. It
Yeah.
helps women that are past their feminine flow when they start going through menopause. It helps them with trying to regulate things because their body is trying to get regulated to no longer having a feminine flow. It
Right.
helps with pH balance. And it also helps remove heat from your core. So with our body temperature going up to 98.6 degrees, and then this is helping with the polymer that was in there that
Mhm.
I told you had a cooling effect, and you
Right.
don't feel it, but it's doing what it's supposed to do. And you're going to find, again, a lot of things out about graphene because I've been researching it. And what I found out is that it is 1 atom thick, which is amazing. So that means it is the thinnest material ever known, but it's also the thickest or the strongest material ever known.
Mhm.
How that can be, I don't know, but it is. It's amazing. And I'm so excited to see what we can do with this because there are some medical communities now that are looking at graphene for their research in cancer cells. They're looking at it for diabetes, research. So this
Yeah.
is a win-win. And
Right.
another big component of graphene is that it has a little atom when you put it on the microscope. And if any type of bacteria comes in contact, it slices it in half. So it is a 99.9% bacteria killer. And you
Nice.
want that in your feminine care. I mean, it's just
Absolutely.
awesome. I'm so excited to have this product because not just for myself, but my daughter, when she started her feminine flow, which was in I found out about Jewel in June of last year, and in
Mhm.
August she started her cycle. So she's been able to start on Jewel. I even
Mhm.
asked her in January. I said, "Hey, are you?" Because girls, they don't talk, and I get it. I didn't talk either.
Right. Yeah. No.
And she said, I asked her. I said, "So, are you having any cramps or anything like that?" And she said, "Mommy, what are cramps?"
Nice.
You keep using that. You keep using that. If you don't know what cramps are,
Exactly.
you keep using it. It's all good.
Exactly. Yes.
It's all good. So, this I wanted to show you real quick. This is the over the counter that's been in the cup. So there's still water in this. All right,
Dang.
there. Still water coming out. Oh, it's about to drip. Oh, there it
Oh,
goes. Drip.
wow.
Okay. And this is Jewel. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that upside down and show you. That's it. So it can go up to 10 times its weight.
Wow.
And it's just, it's just
That's
it just kind of, got the little polymer, and that's it.
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Did anybody
Well,
have any questions that
yeah.
because I
Is
wanted
there
to
anybody
answer,
that
but
has
before I
any?
go further, because I have some more things I wanted to go
Yeah.
through.
Are there any questions so far? I know Layla Butter said my vagina gonna be lit literally.
No, it won't light up. I promise you. I promise you it will not light up. That's not going to happen.
She
That's
is
funny.
so silly.
No.
Pretty said, we are ready to buy and support your business. Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
what I
so
like to
sweet.
hear, guys. This
Well,
is awesome.
you know what? I got something to tell you because I'm not trying to break the bank. If you go to drfcare.com, they are $6 a package. So you're not paying a lot. If you go to the store, you're going to pay around the same amount, but you're getting a phenomenal product that's going to work with your body, not against it. So I welcome the business. But let me say this as well, and I always put this out there. If there are any other Jewel ambassadors that have invited you to this, please go back to them. Please go back to their sites and talk to them about this. I'm going to
Yeah.
show the demonstration, but do not go to my site because I don't take anybody's business. I'm not that type of person. I believe in doing things decent, proper, and in order. I would hope someone would do the same on my end. So please go back to them. Again, it's called, I saw somebody say, what's the name of the product? It's called Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkins. You can go to drfcare.com, Dr. Finnie Care, drfcare.com, and purchase it for $6 a package, minus tax and shipping. But there's no need to go out and buy a bunch of sanitary products over the counter because one, you don't need to go out much anyway. You need to stay in and stay safe. And
Yeah,
you can just wait for them
absolutely.
to come to your doorstep, and they ship within 1 to 2 business days. They get there really quick.
That is awesome. Dr. Finney, we have a person that just got here. They said, I just got here. What is this? Just give them a brief,
Yes, yes,
on
absolutely,
what we're
absolutely.
talking about.
I went through our wet test, our wet dry test, and what I did was I did a demonstration and I showed the absorbency as well. So this is what we were dealing with the over the counter sanitary napkin, and there's still water that's in this. I don't want to spill it out anymore, but that's it, and I just spilt it. And this is Jewel. So this is what you get in Jewel. And I explained that one of our components is graphene. It's a graphene strip in all of our products. And what this is, graphene is vibrational energy. And this was founded by two individuals in 2004 that won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2010. And so it is a Nobel Prize winning technology. We are the only sanitary napkin company to put this in a sanitary product in the United States. No one else has this. It helps remove heat from your core. It is a 99.9% bacteria killer, which is great because I talked about yeast and how yeast
Yeah.
has three components, which are darkness, moisture, and wetness. And so you need something to pull all of that away. And this helps with that, along with the polymer that's in our product. It helps with any type of inflammation, vaginal leakage, heavy cramping, pH balance, odor. It's a no brainer. It's a win-win. It's starting to be used in a lot of countries because of its healing components. There are some companies that are using graphene in Band-Aids because they know that it has a healing component. There are some companies that are now starting to look at it for cancer research and diabetes research as well. So we have 5 different products. We have our panty liners with wings, and they are phenomenal. They come 20 in a pack, and I will show you what all of these look like. I just want to show you the packaging, which, by the way, all packaging is waterproof.
Nice.
We have our regular our regular panty liners. There are 30 in a pack. Okay. We have our moderates. That's the one I actually did the demonstration on. So the moderates is the pink pack, and that's just the average style, average length. And we don't look at thickness because all of our pads are the same thickness. It's the length that changes. Okay. This is the heavy package. So you'll see kind of a grayish package, a grayish purple package online. And then our black package is our super. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And let me explain real quick, because I went through the counts. For the wings, the panty liners with wings, there are 20 in a pack. For the regular panty liners, there are 30 in a pack. For the moderates, there are 10 in a pack. For the heavies, there are 8 in a pack. And for the supers, there are 7 in a pack. And some people say, well, I don't get a lot of product. When I go to the store, I get 32 in a pack. Well, let me say this to you. Yes, you're getting 32 of this in a pack, which is why, you're getting what you're getting. But when you have a far superior product, you don't need as much for your feminine flow. Okay. You need to let it work for you. It's kind of like a supplement in that, it takes a while on a supplement. You really need to work with it. You need to keep taking it and see the benefits. I'm not saying, again, this is a cure. I mentioned that before. So this is for the person who just came in and was talking about, the fact that, they had just came on. This is not a cure. But if I had 25 different women, I'd have 25 different testimonies. I've even had some women tell me that they realized after like late in the day, I didn't even realize that I still had it on because it's that comfortable.
I had a lady tell me the other day, she purchased the product from you. She said, Sandy, I forgot I even had it on. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Because I never wore a pad back in the day and ever forgot that I had that thing on.
Exactly.
But B from Yes Bundles. She said, yeah, I forgot I had it on. And I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yes. And I love her husband because he is the one who really pushed to order the pads. And the reason I say that is because he told me, he said, I want my wife to have the best. And I said, oh my gosh, you are so awesome. And I think that we need all of our men to understand that you need to want the best for your wife or for your girlfriend or for your daughter or niece, and if you want the best, then I personally believe that Jewel is, but there are other products out there. I'm not telling you to go out and buy Jewel. I'm just saying research what you have because you would be amazed the stuff that's in our products. Something else about Jewel, it is regulated by the FDA, and none of the feminine care products are required to be regulated by the FDA in the United States. But we purposely did that because we wanted you to know that what we have, all the ingredients are safe. We are not afraid to put it out there. There you go, FDA registered.
Wow. So the other pads and tampons and things are not required to register?
None of the feminine care companies are required to regulate or are required to register their feminine care in the United States. None.
That's crazy.
None. But we purposely did that. We went the extra step and said, our stuff is regulated by the Food and Drug Administration, so you can know that you can buy safe. You can buy safe, and that's a big deal.
Corky said, "Just placed my order." Oh,
thank you,
Corky,
so much.
We want to know how you like it after you use it.
Yes.
So make sure you post about it so I can post it on Black Connections. But that is awful that they're not required to register. Man.
They are not required at all. And, and that's why they can put the things in them that they put in them. I mean, who would have thought that there would be recycled newspaper in your pad? Recycled newspaper.
And we're putting that stuff in our vaginas.
And that's why, again, all that plastic holding that stuff in, that's why it's extra hot down there. Your temperature is already going up. It's just a breeding ground for disaster and disease and yeast and everything else. And, again, I get it, but please be mindful of the tampons because toxic shock syndrome is alive and well. You
Yes,
know,
it is.
I post articles all the time on my Facebook page and on my Facebook business page about this because people are still losing limbs over this stuff. I mean, there's a model
Yeah.
that lost both of her legs last year because of toxic shock syndrome. And it's just unreal, you know, the things that they're putting in these products. And you just don't know. And I would have never thought to research. I would have never
No,
thought
I
to
mean, we
take a
don't. We
sanitary
just
napkin
assume.
apart.
Yeah, we just assume that they're doing right, you
You
know? I
got it.
mean,
Well,
because
I
they
mean,
put it out there. Look,
you got to get it.
Coach K said, like we're puppies going on newspaper, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutly.
But I
I
know
mean,
that the toxic syndrome, I went through that personally. I was in the hospital
oh,
for 2 weeks. It was rough. It was rough. My
mm,
aunt literally almost died from it. I mean, she was in intensive care. It was rough. And it was, just a matter of using the tampons, and I hadn't even left it in. I was following the box, going by what the box said,
hmm,
and wasn't leaving it in any longer, anything like that. But my body is so sensitive. I
yes,
mean, I'm sensitive to tampons, the Today's sponge. I end up in the emergency room, emergency surgery for them to remove it. My body
I'm
is so
sorry.
sensitive. I got to be very careful what goes in there.
I'm
So
sorry. I'm sorry.
it was embarrassing when I had to go to the hospital.
You can
And
laugh now, not then.
yeah, I wasn't laughing then, but yeah, the toxic syndrome is very serious.
Hmm,
I
hmm,
know several people that have been to the hospital for that. And
yes.
I literally stopped using tampons after that, but I hated pads. I ran track. So
Mm,
that was a problem for me.
yes,
I was a
yes,
swimmer.
yes,
That was a major
yes,
problem for me.
yes.
But the doctor told me, he's like, you physically can't use tampons because
Mm,
if you do, you'll die. And I'm like, oh. And now we hear this, but back then nobody thought to say, hey, let's pull this tampon apart and do some research and find out what's in it. Let's pull this pad apart and find out why people are getting so sick.
hmm,
So I
hmm.
appreciate you and your research,
Oh,
because
thank you.
it's going to help a lot of people. I mean,
Thank
I'm
you.
super stoked. Both of my daughters are tampon wearers,
Hmm,
so
hmm.
I've got my fingers crossed. One of them said they would try it. One
Okay.
of them, one of them has already said, "I'll give it a try, Mom, if it'll make you feel better." I'm like, "Thank you."
Yes, yes.
So now
Well,
you got to work on the other one.
work on them, and I'm going to do something else with the graphene later because I'm not done with that. I want to show you something else, but I want to show you our products and what they look like. Okay, this is
Yeah.
what our panty liners look like. Okay, regular
Okay.
panty liners, the 30 pack. Okay,
Cool.
so graphene strip is in everything. Okay,
Okay.
all right. This is what our panty liners with wings. That's not it. Let me see. Where are you? Panty liners with wings. Uh,
Coach K said, "Who knows what they used to be in them things?" You're right. It could have been worse than what they got in there now.
it could be. This is our panty liners with wings.
Okay.
Okay.
And these don't look thick. They don't look
They're not,
bulky.
they are not thick at all. This is the panty liner with wings right here. I'm going to pull it off of here so you can
Somebody
kind
said,
of
are
see the,
they natural
they are,
ingredients?
I'm glad you said that. It is not organic, but it is natural cotton. And the reason I don't want you to get caught up in that, because a lot of people say, well, I just have to go organic. I have to be organic. No, 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 you don't. Before we did, Jewel, before it was put out, we did a feasibility study amongst 50 different women all over the country. And we just sent them 3 different pads. A, B, and C. We didn't say what they were. We just said, we want you to try these. Let us know what you think. And the one that was 100% organic failed by all of them. They hated it. They said it was falling to pieces. Some people said it gave them rashes. But the proprietary blend, which is what's in our product, is the one everybody wanted. So it is a proprietary blend, but it is natural cotton. It is not organic, but it is natural cotton. So I just want to put that
Okay.
out there. And it does not always have to be organic, okay? You will be fine, but it is still cotton, and it is non-toxic, and it is regulated through the FDA. So if you want to do a comparison, research what you have, pull it apart, check it out, check and see if it's regulated through the FDA. It probably won't be, except there are some over the counter that are. I mean, I don't know about the Honey Pot and things like that. I use their feminine wash because we don't have feminine wash, but I use theirs and it's phenomenal. And be mindful of feminine washes because a lot of feminine washes have dye in them. They do.
Oh.
I found that out personally. Didn't realize that. Yes. So our panty liners this is the panty liner with wings. It's very thin.
It is thin.
Very thin. This is the one with wings. Very thin.
Wow. That's super thin.
Mm-hmm. This is the regular panty liner that does not have wings. It's even thinner.
Wow.
Panty liner with wings. The moderate is the one that I just did the demonstration on, but I'll show you that again. That's not a problem. So this is the regular moderate, and this is how thin it is. So it's very thin.
The brand is My Jewel, right?
It's Jewel. It's just Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkins. Yes.
Somebody asked what's the brand.
Mm-hmm. This is our heavy. So it's a little longer than the moderate, and it has double wings. Very thin. Very thin.
Wow, it's still super thin though, man.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
And that's because it's not about thickness, it's about the length that changes.
Right.
And then for those of you that have extra heavy flows, do not think this is about your weight, your size. No, this is about, because I wear the supers on my first 2 days of my feminine flow, and then I just gradually go down. It's about your flow. I wear these at nighttime. This is the big one. This is the long one. And so it's very thin.
Wow.
For those of you
using the ion strip,
they are using the graphene strip. No, if you're talking about the ion strip, you may be talking about Cherish. That's a different brand, and Cherish is good. I've used Cherish, but for me, Cherish was not as superior as the graphene because my flow didn't change as much as it did with Jewel, nor do I notice that I'm not as hot in that area because I notice a difference in my body temperature during that time of the month. So for me, someone said, can you find them in your local store? No, you cannot. We only do them online through drfcare.com. So you can go there and purchase them. They come to your doorstep within 2 business days max. Very quick shipping, only $6 a package. And I love the supers because, at nighttime, I don't have to worry about accidents. Because, let's just be real. You lay down on your back, it's coming all up your back when you sleep. You don't have to worry about all that. It's going to catch all that because everything we have also has Elite Guard protection. So that's another bonus benefit. And I wanted to show you something.
Cherish has mint and it burns my vagina. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's the people my daughter was talking about. Yes. A lot of people from JMU had used them and their vajayjays were burning from using that product because it has that mint.
Okay. I didn't have that issue, thank God. But when I used it again, and again, I'm not trying to bash a brand. Okay. Let me be honest. We're just having a conversation because I still feel that Jewel is a great product. But I don't feel that it's superior to Jewel. Also, I don't know if it's regulated by the FDA. I don't know if they got theirs registered or not, but Jewel is. But for me, it didn't regulate my cycle the way that Jewel has. I mean, I'm good to go. I know when my cycle is going to be. And something else that I didn't even think about, but it was a bonus benefit was that my husband came to me probably about 4 or 5 months after I started using Jewel. And, he's quiet. He doesn't say a lot, but he was like, hey, are you liking that product that you're using? I said, yeah, I love it. He said, okay. And then he came back later. He said, you know what? You should keep using that product you're using. Are you trying to tell me something? Are you trying to tell me something? Did I have an attitude change?
Right?
Are you trying to tell me that on the slide?
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. And I
get grumpy that time of the month. And we get grumpy. Know why? With the pads and all that.
You want to know why?
We get grumpy because it's newspaper and trash bags.
Where did that thing go that I threw in the trash? Because of this?
Exactly.
That's why you bad?
Yeah. That's exactly why we're grumpy.
Oh,
Shoot.
I get it. I get it.
Oh
I
my
wanted to
goodness.
show you something else. I'm gonna
Look,
take
I'm on the
this.
web page now, getting ready to order for my children's.
You see this right here? This is a iodine solution.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I'm just gonna put a couple of drops in a
Yes,
cup of
and
water.
bleach. We forgot about the bleach. You are absolutely right.
Mhm.
Trash bags, bleach, and newspaper. And we've been putting that in our vajayjays. Wow.
Mhm. I want to show you this. Do you see where this is a little brown? See where it's brown? The water's
Mm-hmm.
turned brown. Okay. Does
Mm-hmm.
everybody notice that? Okay. I'm gonna take this, the one that I had, the graphene strip, and I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
stir it up. And I want you to watch that water turn.
Y'all, we having science projects on Black Connection. I like this. Coach K, I like this. We need to do this more often.
Yeah. Give it a minute. That's okay. I'm gonna let it sit right there, and we just gonna keep on talking because it's gonna do what it do. It's gonna do what it do.
Okay.
The reason why
Now,
I
let me
wanted to do,
ask you this
yes,
real quick. For somebody that has never used this product, right?
yes,
And they're
yes,
looking to purchase this product for the first time,
yes.
which one do you recommend them getting?
Okay, it's based on their feminine flow. I can't
Okay.
tell you which one to get. If you have a heavy feminine flow, then you probably want to use the super. I would recommend that, which is this
Okay.
one, which is the one. It's got double wings. It's super long. It's gonna get everything. You don't have to worry about any accidents. I wear it at nighttime. I wear it the first couple of days of my cycle. So you would want to think about that. Okay. Now,
Okay.
other than that, if you just have an average feminine flow, you could do the moderate, which is the one that I did the demonstration on. So it's just the average flow size. It's not, it's not a big deal if you just have an average flow. If you flow a little bit heavier, you can do the heavy. And I
Right.
want to recommend panty liners, okay? People sleep on panty liners, but panty liners, our panty liners, because of the graphene, it prepares you for your cycle because of the graphene. So you don't want to skip out on panty liners. Panty liners really work with your body to get you ready for your cycle. For me, I use them regardless of when I'm on my cycle. I'm always using panty liners. And I love the panty liners with wings because it's just a little bit of added protection. It's not that, you have to have them. A lot of people that work out wear the regular panty liners if you
Mhm.
work out all the time. But I love the ones with the wings because for me, it's just an added benefit to know that I have that and it's preparing me for my cycle. Yeah.
Got Okay, so you guys have the Jewel Premium package. So what is that? Like a little bit of everything?
Yes, yes. It should be all four. It should be four
Mm-hmm.
products, or is it five? I'm not sure. I think
It's
it's four. I think.
super heavy overnight, heavy, moderate, very light liner with wings, and
Oh,
ultra thin liner.
oh, okay. Say that one more time so I can show you what that would be.
Okay, so it's got one super heavy overnight.
Okay.
That's that one. And
Hmm.
then it has one heavy. That's that one. And
Hmm.
one moderate.
Okay.
That's that one. Okay.
Hmm.
One very light liner with wings.
Okay, that would be this one.
Okay. And then one ultra thin liner.
Oh, you're getting all five.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm about to buy that right now.
Okay, okay. So all of that is in that package. I didn't realize you were getting all that. Last time I went out there, I saw that you were getting four, not five. So that's awesome. Yeah, that's an awesome
Yeah,
deal. You get
that's
to
the
try
one
everything.
I'm getting ready to get. That way the girls will be able to like try everything
Mhm.
and then they'll be able to see which one they like the best and then we know which one to continue to purchase.
Yes, and you want to try. You want to talk to them about our pad drive that we're doing to prepare for the Black Connections event in
Yes,
November.
absolutely.
Okay?
Coach K said, wait a minute,
Okay.
Coach K said, I need liners when I work out. Them 5 kids killed my bladder. Now, since she mentioned that, because I was getting ready to ask you another
Okay.
question, and
Okay.
she mentioned that. So, like, women who have yeast infections and things like that, a lot of times they'll wear pads because that sometimes that white crap is
Hmm.
leaking back out throughout the
Hmm.
day. They
Hmm.
tell you to use it at night before you go to bed, but a lot of times throughout the next day, it
Hmm.
still kind of
Hmm.
trickles out.
Hmm.
Is there any kind of benefit using these? opposed to using an over-the-counter pad, even just for that, not even the menstrual part, but using these for that as well.
There is an added benefit, because when we talked about yeast, and I'm not trying to say you didn't remember, I'm just trying to reiterate for anybody out there. There are three components. There is darkness, there's wetness, and then there is moisture. So those are the three components of yeast. You have that already going on during that time of month. So you need a product that's going to pull that away, which is this.
Yeah.
And then that graphene is going to work with your body, because it's going to help with all of the bacteria. Yeast is a bacteria. Graphene is a 99.9% bacteria killer. You want that in your feminine care. That definitely helps with any type of yeast infections or any other type of bacteria that could possibly come in contact, because it also helps with pH balance. So it's going to regulate your cycle as well, and regulate any type of bacteria that comes into contact. You would be amazed if you looked at it under a microscope. I mean, it slices that bacteria in half. It can't even stay in the vicinity.
Gotcha. Okay, somebody's asking how many come in each pack. I guess we should have did that when we were rattling them off.
That's
I didn't even think about that.
I'll do it again. Okay, so for this one, this is the panty liners with wings. It comes 20 in a pack. Okay. For the regular panty liners that have no wings, there's 30 in a pack. For the moderates, which is the one I did the demonstration on, okay, there's 10 in a pack. For the heavy, which is a little bit longer than the moderates, but they have double wings, there's 8 in a pack. And then for our super pack, our heavy super pack, which is extra, extra long, double wings, there are 7 in a pack. And as I stated before you say, oh no, I'm used to getting 32 in a pack when I buy my stuff, remember, this is what you're getting, your 32 in a pack. And I understand why you need that many. Okay. Yeah. But with Jewel, you're getting this. And when you're getting a more superior product, you don't need as many pads in a pack. Okay. You don't need as many, because it is literally pulling the wetness from your body. It's pulling it away. And that's what you want, because it shouldn't feel as if you are sitting in that stuff. That's not a good feeling. Nobody wants that. Nobody needs it. It's not required. And Jewel is definitely going to pull that away. You mentioned something about being a swimmer and sports and stuff. I've had a lot of mothers come to me when they found out what I was doing, because their daughters were in basketball and things like that. And they had literally stopped doing sports because they were having all these accidents. And when they started using Jewel, they started playing sports again. I mean, with the pandemic, it is what it is. But before all of that, they were back in their sports. They were playing basketball. They were doing cheerleading and things like that. And I was excited, because that's what we need. You should not have to deal with issues of a period bothering you, meaning symptoms. And we've become stereotyped to believe that we're supposed to have heavy cramping and heavy bleeding and all this stuff. And that is not right. You should not have to suffer in silence. You should not have to go through all of the symptoms that are typical with feminine care. But when you have this, that's what when you're dealing with plastic, recycled newspaper, dye, I don't know what to say. Yeah.
I just can't, man, you just don't know. Because I'm looking back on all of this and I'm like, damn, maybe if I'd have researched things a little differently, maybe I wouldn't have been 30 years old having a hysterectomy.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault, because you know what? I would have never thought to pull a sanitary napkin apart until I started having feminine problems. I was like, you know what? We got to get to the root of this and find out what's in this product and what's going on. And, now we know, and the goal is to make better choices. Again, I'm not trying to sell you on a product. It's great that you buy Jewel, and I hope you do. But if you don't, that's fine. Just research what you have. Know what you have.
I'm checking out.
Find out if it's regulated by the FDA. Find out the components in your feminine care. You can take your stuff apart yourself and look at it. You don't have to, come to somebody like me. You can literally take it apart. You can do a wet dry test. You could put 50 milliliters of water on it and press down on it and see if it's absorbing anything. Check it out for yourself. Everything I've done, you can do.
Science project right at home, just like we do.
Yes, yes, you can. And this water, I meant to tell you, it's actually cleared up. You can't tell because of my thing. It's gotten clearer. And the
Yeah,
reason that I did that is because a lot of countries, like in Africa, there are some parts of Africa where they cannot get clean water. So they're
yeah,
looking at graphene because they're saying we can't find wells with clean with the clean water, and we can't bring the water. So how can we clean the water? Well, we could clean it
right.
with the graphene. We can clean the water literally, and then they can drink it. So graphene has got a lot of possibilities. You're going to hear a lot more about it. I'm so excited that it's out here because it's changing women's lives, and that is my
Yeah.
goal, is to put the information out there so that we can just make better choices.
Absolutely. So Yes Bundle just came in. He says,
Uh,
I am a male and I made sure that
I
my
told
wife
you.
has the best products for her body. And I asked the reason why I purchased Jewel for her. Yeah, it's funny you just came in.
I talked about
Because
that.
we were just talking about you. So that is awesome. Now, I'm looking down here at this clock and we have 5 minutes
Yes.
left. So let hit on your hot topics for them, or
Okay.
whatever your elevator pitches for the next 5 minutes, because Instagram only lets us be great for a few minutes. But the good thing is I can put this on my main wall now, because if for those of you that don't know, if you let a live run completely out, let the countdown happen, let it run out, it gives you the option to send it straight to your IGTV, and you got it permanently. So that's what I'm
Hmm.
going to do with this
Okay.
video. And then it's going to go straight to my main wall and everybody can watch it later.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. Okay. So as far as my
oh,
few
I want
top,
you to tell them about the fundraiser. We didn't get to
yes.
that.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Black Connections LLC and I are doing a combined effort. You tell when the event is. It's November what?
Oh, November 27th,
27th.
in Richmond, Virginia is the
Yes.
expo.
Okay, so we're doing a weekend long thing. It's not just going to be the expo. The day after the expo, we are going to go out and give things to the homeless, food, whatever items. And one of the things that we need to consider is that periods don't stop for pandemics. I don't care, hurricanes, I don't care if it's Hurricane Katrina or coronavirus, periods
And
keep
if you're
coming.
homeless, they don't stop.
They
They
don't
keep
stop.
coming.
So the goal is to donate only super packs. I know that there are only 7 in a pack, but it's better because they are longer. They can last
Mhm.
them longer. They can go longer. And obviously it's a superior product. So to donate as many super packs as we can. So if I'm doing webinars coming up in the month of June, every Saturday. We'll post more about that. Every webinar, every person that comes on is going to pay $5 only. All of that, other than the cost of the platform, we'll take that out. It's going to be used to cover Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkins, the super packs. And we're going to do that for however long we want to run it. It might be
Right.
every month in June, July, August, September, October. We'll keep it
Yeah,
going, and we're going to collect as much money as we can, and we're going to donate as many of these packs as we can to the homeless in the Richmond community.
absolutely. I'm super excited about that. You just don't know. I'm so excited. And now let's see. You got 3 more minutes.
I'm okay. I got it.
You can
Because
talk
I'm going to hang
about
on to do I'm going to hang on to do your next IG. I want to tune into that because I know you've got somebody coming on that I want to find out about.
yeah, I'm
FYI,
super.
I know, right? We do fundraisers as well. So this is just an example of one of our fundraisers. And I love it because it allows, let's say you and I were doing a fundraiser. Okay. So you would be the point of contact. You can do it electronically, or you can do it by paper. Now it'd be more so efficient to do it electronically, where you would go
Mhm.
to our site, come up with your little name, and people would post, okay, I'll pay $10 for a jewel pack, and then they place an order for whatever they want. It's $10 instead of 6. The company will take 7 and give you $3 back for each $10 pack purchase, and then they'll ship you all the pads to give to whoever, however you want to do
Wow.
it.
That is
Yes.
so cool. That's a nice fundraiser for a middle school student or a high school student,
Hmm.
hell, even a college student.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
is really cool. I see it
Yes.
on here now. I'm going to have to look at that more tonight when I get off my live. That's
Yeah.
really cool. I'm glad they
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
I
So
am
we
super,
will.
super excited and glad
Yeah.
that you came on here and did this live, because this was a lot of information
Thank you.
that our community needs.
Thank you
So
so much.
what I'm going to do is on one of the Tuesday webinars that we're going to start in June,
Yes.
remember we have to reschedule.
Correct.
So what we'll
One of
do is we'll bring you in there as well, so we can
Okay.
redo this as well, and we can be networking, you know, at the same
Yes.
time. So, and then
Absolutely.
you and I got the Saturday thing going. This is going to be awesome. Super,
Yes.
super
Yes.
awesome. I like this. I'm
Yes.
glad we did.
And I'm going to plug this really quick because it's like 1 minute. And that is
Yep.
that when we get ready to do our Saturday events, I've already got 2 other people in addition to myself that will be presenting, but each person company will have 20 minutes to
20
actually
seconds.
give. Okay, we'll have 20 minutes to give a spiel on their company. So we're going to be looking for people to join that as well. And I'm done.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so glad I got to do this with you, because this
I'm
was
glad
a
to.
lot of
Thank you so
information
much.
that I didn't know. So I will see you in less than 60 seconds.